Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Winback, and on today's episode of Heroes of the Storm, we're going to be playing May, and we're going to watch me just fuck things up for my butcher constantly every time that it's a possibility, on accident, not on purpose, I promise. This is a YouTube video though, so feel free to like, comment, subscribe, or tell me just how bad I'm playing, because my god, it might get pretty funky. Anyway, the team comps on Warhead Junction today are going to be Vala, Butcher, May, Diva, Asmo versus Gul'dan, Kel'Thuzad, Stitches, Cassia, and Hogger. And right off the bat, I can tell you that the enemy team is going to have a rough time because they got some teeny tiny health bars over there. And, well, I guess we have one as well in Vala, but I think she's going to be very, very much protected, if we're being honest. If you are not familiar with the way that May's abilities work, they're very, very simple. They're tank abilities, so they've got a lot of power, but they don't have a whole lot of intricacy to them. Your Q is called Snowblind. You're going to throw it out every 10 seconds, and it is going to do a very small amount of damage, but it's going to slow by 35%, and it is going to blind the character that you hit for 1.75 seconds. So almost a 2-second blind on a very mediocre cooldown. It's also a ranged blind, so it's pretty easy to hit. Your W is called Blizzard, shares the same name as Jaina's W, the Blizzard, but this is going to send your little buddy Snowball out, and he is going to lay down a patch of area that does damage and slows up to a point, and then once it hits maximum effectiveness, it's going to stun right before it ends. So it's going to do extra damage and stun. My god, Hogger, did you really have to follow me down here? I was trying to be sneaky and gank, and you're just like, nope. I'm going to take a look at what you're doing. Fine, whatever. We'll leave Vala to do that stuff. Hopefully she doesn't die. I did ping the Hogger because I'm sure he's either there or getting the camp by this point. And then your E is going to be called Icing. Icing is, we're just skating on our little feet. And then once we reach the end of the path of the dash itself, we're going to knock back targets, do damage, and slow them. Slow them at the tip. So that is really going to be the big part of landing your combo with Blizzard. You have to put Blizzard down, then you have to use Icing to dash forward or to the side or through or whatever to knock people into the Blizzard to get stunned at the very end, because it's pretty easy to get out of Blizzard unless you also hit them with the Icing. And then your trait is called Cryofreeze. Cryofreeze is just going to turn May into an unstoppable ice cube who is going to regenerate some of her health while that's going on. 35% of May's maximum health, assuming that her shield does not get broken while this is channeling. That being said, you'll see the Cryofreeze, but you can see the shield, you can see the health regen, you can see everything happening nice and good. Like, that was a big helping hand on the KTZ. I'm just going to try to keep in front of the Butcher to keep him alive. Could have been better, could have been worse. Nobody died, but nobody died on our team either, so. Anyway, I've really got to work on that. May does have 2 ultimates, though. Both are varying effectiveness. Avalanche is going to be the one that most people like because it's the big playmaking ultimate. But it is going to launch a snowball towards a line, and it can collect heroes along the way, stunning and dealing damage at the end of its path, depending on how many heroes it's picked up along the way. So it does more stun, more damage if it's picked up more heroes. Ice Wall, which is pretty much considered the better ultimate at this point, is a thick-ass wall that May is going to put down from range that will put people into stasis, and then once the stasis ends, it is going to... I didn't knock him back into it. Can we get him, though? Big, thick balls from Asmo all the way down the bottom side of the screen there. I'm going to pick some meat up for our Butcher. But Ice Wall is going to put people in stasis, and then when the stasis ends, they're going to be slowed by 80%, decaying over a small amount of time, I think. It's a really strong setup because that stasis lets people get into position, and that slow is just going to hold people in position for a very long time while your team gets all the Dumga. But yeah, with all that out of the way, we can talk about some talents for May. her level 1. These talents recently got nerfed a bit because I think the enemy team was a little bit... Not enemy team, the devs. This goes to show you my internal thoughts about the dev team. The devs did want to bring down, I think, some of the wave clear that Mei had, and then some of the healing that she's getting from her number 1, the Ice Storm, and the Heat Transfer. I still think Ice Storm is the way to go, because even though it's doing less bonus damage, it's still doing bonus damage, enough the fact that it can make Mei's wave clear much faster. So you put a W down, it's going to be a lot quicker for you to kill a wave than it would be if you'd not taken the ability. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh. You ever do a thing and you tell yourself to stop doing the thing, and then you keep doing the thing and you're like, God damn it. Whew. Alright, just gotta let that simmer a bit. Get back to what we were talking about. So level 1 talents out of the way, since they're mostly just number changes that they got the last go round, so we don't have to worry about it too much. Your level 4 talent, this also got nerfed a bit. The cooldown reduction that you're getting from it baseline went down by 1 second. I think it used to take just 4 seconds off the top. Now it takes 3 seconds. Ah, my God. He took the furnace blast, and I'm just ruining everything for him. That's unfortunate. I was trying to catch them on the way out, but it turns out the charge and the furnace were just ready to light it up, and I saved the enemy team. This is me telling my butcher how sorry I am for ruining everything. But, oops! So, your cold front, this is also going to reduce the cooldown of icing when you, well, baseline, first of all, but it's also going to reduce the cooldown when you go through your blizzard. So you put blizzard down, you skate through it, you reduce the mana cost of icing to 0, and you get some more cooldown reduction on the ability. So being that icing is your main form of mobility on Mei, that is really strong because you need icing to engage or disengage or reposition. It's just got a lot of uses because it's a dash, because it's a mobility tool. You need to have it up most often. And I don't think that's going to change any bit at all, because it competes with Slush Ball and Crystallize. And Crystallize is only good, I mean, if you're just getting absolutely destroyed by mage damage or spell damage, which is usually not the case. And even when it is the case, it's pretty easy to dodge with your D. With your Cryofreeze is the thing. Even there, like, with the amount of health that Mei has because she's a tank, eating that whole combo was not that big a deal. So, I don't know. I don't think there's any case for the other two talents when compared to the Ice Wall catching him mid-hook, and then we're just gonna set him up with the Blizzard. With Ice Wall going down, it is, once it's run about 50% of its duration, you are going to put your Blizzard down on top of the person inside the Ice Wall, and it will basically nail them. He slowed him down with the hamstring, only to be able to get in range to blow him up with the furnace. That man plays Butcher, and I can see it, for sure. But that's basically a guaranteed way to get a Blizzard stun off of your Ice Wall. This is very easy, very, very possible. So Ice Wall goes down, runs half its course, you put your Blizzard down, you get the stun. Anybody in the Ice Wall will get hit by that AoE stun, and everything will be nice and easy there. Now, your 7 talent here ultimately is going to be your decision. It's kind of a counter tier. All of this is either going to be giving armor, or it's going to be removing roots and slows, or it's going to be reducing damage. So, I can only tank so much, buddy. You better get the fuck out of there. Okay, he's committing to the death. That's fine. I guess we're trading. Asmo for a Hogger seems pretty good, and Cassie was already dead, so we're definitely making some headway. But the reason that we took the battery on this tier is because of the slows and the roots from the KT, and it's very, very easy to see that combo happening, to hit the 1 key, to undo the root, get the health back, and feel really good. You also get cooldown reduction on this ability by picking up globes, so it's really, I mean, it can just be used as a 20% max health regen if you really wanted to. It's not that hard to get back very quick. So, really strong talent. Skating Away, also really strong talent for giving physical armor and movement speed. And then Hibernation, probably the weakest of the 3, but very, very good at reducing the enemy team's damage. Now, 13, I'm picking Flurry up instead of Polar Vortex because Polar Vortex seems a bit, I don't know, it's just lame. I just feel like it's lame. Like, oh, I've got a tiny Arthas E, and it's not as cool. So we're picking up Flurry instead, which is going to reduce the cooldown of our Blizzard if we're standing in it. It's going to increase the recharge rate, and it is going to increase our auto attack speed while we're in it as well. So if we're in the Blizzard when it pops and it's over, we continue to get the bonuses that it's giving us for an additional 3 seconds, which is really fantastic stuff. I mean, just oodles of noodles levels of good. Can we keep the Stitches out? We're going to knock him back into the Blizzard, blind him up a little bit, watch Vala just chunk his health bar while we take the boss all the way down to dead. So Flurry, yes, I think Flurry is just, it's the most fun talent of the tier. Oh, Cooling Servos and Polar Vortex are just pretty whatever. So pass for me. Pick them if you want to. I'm sure they're still fine, but I don't like them. 16, I'd take Black Ice instead of the other ones as well. Not because it's the best talent of the tier. I think Acclamation probably is for Mei being a tank, but Black Ice lets me do more damage with my E, which I'm already using obscene amounts of anyway because of the cooldown reduction, and what is it? So it's no longer going to decay on the slow for your E, and it's going to do 300% more damage to targets that are close. So the slow is 80% for 1.5 seconds, and then you can basically secure kills by sliding onto people and then booping them with your E. It feels good, man, all the way around when you hit people with that ability. It's just fucking good. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I promise we're done talking about the 16 talent. So 20 is going to just be the, typically it's going to be your ult upgrade. No matter what ult you pick, it's just better to have the upgrade for it, because with Shatter, your Ice Wall is going to deal damage and reduce armor. If you've taken Cascade, you're going to have a shorter cooldown on Avalanche, which means you can spam it more and it's going to blind people, which is also really good. And then your alternatives are the big one, which is just going to make your Q deal more damage in a bigger area, which is fine, but it competes with abilities that are clearly very good. So that in and of itself is kind of, I reacted far too slow to that, not able to stop the nuke, so we're just going to let the enemy team have the building and walk away. The big one feels good, but it ultimately, I mean, I don't think it competes very well with the ult upgrades. Your last ability at 20 that you can pick up, and this is only in the event that you're just getting absolutely destroyed by damage, and you just get killed literally all the time. You want to take, gonna Cryofreeze through that, pull the Butcher to safety. He can't get rooted. No hook either. Sucks. But the Flash Freeze, when we take fatal damage, or when we would die, we just instead pop our Cryofreeze. We blocked him again. There's nothing I can do. We're just going to knock him back into the stun, still set him up. He's still going to get the kill. He just doesn't get to do it as cool as he would have with the Furnace Blast. So, sorry. But Flash Freeze, I mean, I have taken it. It does have its uses. I just don't think it's as good as the ult upgrades, because if you're playing well enough with Mei, you don't need to have the cheat death. It's not important, because you should be able to stave off enough damage with your your Cryofreeze and your battery at level 4. No, level 7. Level 7. May has plenty of abilities to be tanky, so you don't need to go ahead and take another one unless you're just really unconfident in your ability to stay alive, which does happen. I mean, there are a lot of percentage damage assassins that can kill the fuck out of May. There are also characters that can take May's shield away or take away her healing and make Cryofreeze and Flash Freeze basically useless, but in that case you probably don't want to take Flash Freeze anyway because you're just saying to the enemy team, hi, I'm here, kill me. So pick the ult upgrades, just do it. It's better, I promise. I promise. Oh my god, that's 3 times. I am so upset. I'm probably not as upset as he is, but he did kind of let the Gul'dan get away there. He was very clearly dead, so whatever. D.Va's ending the game. We're perfectly fine. I'm just here to cock-block the Butcher and steal the MVP, probably. We'll see. I'm not sure if it was me. I didn't die at all, and I feel like the rest of my team did. So, nope, Vala got it. Why did I think it would be anybody but Vala? It's... well, I was right. I didn't die at all. Fuck yeah. How much damage did we take? Oh, it doesn't tell you that. 39,000. 0 deaths. Fuck yeah. Doing the tanky stuff. The build, again, in case you need it, is going to be your Ice Storm at 1, Cold Front at 4, 7 is Backup Battery, Ice Wall at 10, Flurry at 13, Black Ice at 16, and Shatter at 20. Good stuff. May is a very strong tank right now. Pick her up, use her in whatever team comp you want, because she is definitely just slapping. Firing all cylinders, doing the damage, doing the CC, just doing good things. That is it for today, though. We'll be back tomorrow with Mephisto, and whew, this is a lot of videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out.